Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am scrapbooking with two photos. I am going to trim them down. This is of my birthday this past year. I had Alex and Lana home and Chloe on FaceTime. So I'm going to use these two photos. I brought in some Chroma Glaze and some Chroma Mist. Now I also brought in flowers and some SCT samplers. Now the reason why I went with the blue is because I want to use this acrylic word wish. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so this is definitely a mixed media layout, but it is not kind of a ridiculous amount of mixed media. There are a couple layers, but I'm keeping it all the same color and it makes it really easy. I'm not doing any kind of fancy techniques other than using a hotel key card to slap down some of this Chroma Glaze. Now Chroma Glaze is one that will dry with a little bit of a sheen to it. The thicker that you let it dry, the shinier it will be. It's just, you know, how things work. But I wanted to add a little bit more texture than just getting a stripe of color on my page. So I decided to use some bubble wrap, and I grabbed some Dilutions paint. And this is in Blue Hawaiian. And I just popped it down on this scrap cardstock. It's one of the little cards that came in one of my scrapbooking cards today samplers. And then I just went ahead and dropped that paint onto my page. Now I did grab the Chroma Mist in Cobalt Blue, and that is going to give me these dark little splatters. So on the final layout, you don't see a terrible amount of the darker splatters. They're just little pops here and there. Now my layout has to dry because, you know, it's mixed media, and I'm just going to build my cluster, my photos and my decorations off of the page. I find that this is something that works for me. This might not work for you, but I definitely challenge you. Like, give this a try. See if you can create your cluster of whatever before you place it on your background. Now, this will not, might not work if you plan on just doing like a grid layout where you don't want anything to connect. But if you're all about your stuff connecting and nestling in together, then go ahead and give this a try. Now, of course, I do add more after I get my main cluster down on the page. So I am using a Scotch dot runner right now because I'm lazy. I do have 3 ATGs, 3 of them. And if you are wondering why I have 3 ATGs and wondering, is that a little excessive? Maybe. So I got the original red ATG years and years and years ago. And then my husband saw one that was pink and bought that for me for Christmas. I think it was Christmas or a birthday. And then I was in the store one time and saw it. It was on a ridiculous clearance price. I think it was like $6 or something, and it came with 2 rolls of tape in it. And I was like, oh, that needs to happen. I think it was around $6. My memory might be a little off, but anyway, it was stupid cheap, so I ended up with 3, which means I don't have to change my tape as much. But it also means once all 3 of them run out and I have to change the tape, it's not a fun time, because I have to change all 3 of them. I'll get that done. Probably later this weekend. I'm not too keen on doing it right now. Just doesn't sound like a fun time to me. Plus I've got all these little tape runners and things that I've purchased and, you know, using those up too. So I'm building the cluster right here. And I am going to nestle this red flower into the eye of Wish. So I need it to adhere Wish down to the paper so I could get it to nestle correctly. And then of course I have glue on the H that touches my self-healing mat here. And I'm okay with that. Now I am going to build the opposite cluster over here, and that's just because I don't want that striped paper showing. However, if I would have cut that striped paper and not put anything over here on the side, you would have known that something was missing there. Like it would have looked funky, but without the florals. But once the florals are there, it's kind of implied that that striped paper sticks out over there. So now I have the flowers down. And now I've pulled out a couple of other flowers that I think will coordinate well with all the bright colors going on the layout. And I'm just going to sprinkle those around the page as well, just to give me the look that I'm going for. So in essence, my layout is on mostly the left-hand side of the page. And my two floral clusters are diagonal. But then I go a little rogue and take the little yellow flowers and place one underneath of the word wish, and then I place one over the striped paper, kind of like where a tab would live if I would have used tabs to decorate instead of flowers. Now I'm pulling out some gemstones because, you know, I want to fancify the center of my flowers. I don't need to fancify the center of flowers. It isn't like I can have naked flowers, right? Like I can deal with that. Can't deal with naked tag holes, but I do enjoy putting the sparkly bits and stuff in the center of the flowers. Then I pull out some glitter enamel dots, and I'm going to throw a couple of these down in the cluster as well. Down at the bottom, I do place them inside two flowers. Up at the top, they're just going to be on the white cardstock. Of course, I'm going to add more, enamel dots in my center of the flowers if I have them. So I went ahead and did that. And then I'm going to just drop down a couple lines of journaling. And I'm journaling with a blue pen. I figured I might as well embrace all of the blue that was going on. And I just wrote that I loved having the whole family sing happy birthday to me. FaceTime has allowed us to enjoy these moments. And it's true. Like, we get, it's a whole new experience when you're FaceTiming just to have your entire family together. And then, of course, Christopher was taking the photo. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this really quick and easy mixed media layout. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.